Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're stepping way off the beaten path, traveling out to a super remote corner of the Indian Ocean. We're going to explore the awe-inspiring world of a creature that literally defies the relentless speed of modern life. We're talking about the Aldabra giant tortoise. This is a living link to an ancient world and an animal that undeniably proves how slow and steady truly does win the race of life. Now, I want you to picture something for a second. Could you actually imagine sharing your backyard with an animal that could outlive your children, your grandchildren, and possibly even your great-grandchildren? I mean, it sounds like science fiction, right? But this isn't fiction. This is a very real, incredibly slow-moving island titan that just casually watches generations of human history fly by without even batting an eye. Over 200 years. That's the sheer scale of time we're dealing with here. These staggering reptiles can live for more than 2 centuries, and they all hail from just a single, highly isolated coral atoll in the Indian Ocean. While the whole world around them radically transforms, they just keep steadily plodding along. They are absolutely the ultimate long-term residents of our planet. Built like a fortress. Look, to survive for 2 centuries, you need a body that's quite literally made to last. And the sheer monumental scale of these creatures is nothing short of an architectural marvel. 550 pounds. Large males of this species can easily hit that astounding weight. Just imagine bumping into a reptile that weighs as much as a grand piano. It requires a massive amount of energy just to exist, let alone haul that colossal bulk around a rugged island environment every single day. And to carry all that weight, you obviously need a substantial frame. Their shells, these incredibly heavy dome-shaped structures, can reach up to 4 feet in length. That is a gigantic footprint for a reptile. It's not just a home, you know. It's this colossal armored shield that completely dominates the landscape. All of these physical traits come together to form the ultimate survival machine. They walk on these thick, pillar-like legs that honestly look exactly like an elephant's, and that lets them move with this heavy, deliberate grace. The entire structure acts as a built-in mobile fortress. Once they tuck inside, they're completely protected from the harsh elements and virtually any threat out there. Prehistoric island lawnmowers, that's what they are. They aren't just giant armored rocks sunbathing all day. They live in vast herds and act as nature's heavy machinery. When you get hundreds of 500-pound eating machines together, they literally reshape the earth beneath their feet. As they roam around, they graze heavily on grasses, shrubs, and low-hanging leaves. And the sheer volume of that continuous grazing actually carves out these distinct, manicured paths right through the dense island vegetation. Scientists actually have a pretty great name for this. They call it tortoise turf. They are out there actively landscaping their entire world. And this creates a brilliant 3-step cycle of ecosystem engineering. Step 1, they gorge on fruits and vegetation. Step 2, they travel across the islands, carrying all those meals in their bellies. And Step 3, as they digest, they disperse those seeds far and wide. Their digestive systems literally plant new life. Without these giant gardeners, the entire ecosystem's survival would be at massive risk. They're completely essential. Surviving the harsh atoll. Now, it's not all just a leisurely stroll through an island paradise. Life out here can be brutally unforgiving. The sun beats down mercilessly. So, to beat that blistering tropical heat, they have to be totally street smart about their energy. They do their foraging early in the morning when it's cooler. Then, when the brutal midday heat strikes, they submerge themselves in muddy wallows, or they'll seek out shallow pools just to rest and cool down. They know exactly how to manage their body temps. But what about water? Fresh water is exceptionally scarce on a coral atoll. Well, this is where their remarkable resilience really shines. They can survive for long stretches without drinking a single drop of actual liquid water. How? They've got a built-in hydration hack. They actually absorb the moisture they need directly from the plants they eat. Their bodies are just hyper-efficient at extracting every last drop of hydration. But hey, what happens when it actually does rain? Fresh water pools up super briefly in shallow puddles. And to take advantage of this rare event before it evaporates, they use a genuinely crazy evolutionary trick. They don't just drink with their mouths. They can literally pump water up through their nostrils to hydrate. It's like a built-in vacuum. Absolutely wild, right? Tragedy and triumph. Because despite their peaceful lives, these gentle giants share a pretty dark history with humanity. Their survival is really a story of a species teetering on the absolute edge of disaster. If you trace their timeline back to the 18th and 19th centuries, it's a heartbreaking journey. Sailors captured and killed hundreds of thousands of giant tortoises across the Indian Ocean for meat. This mass slaughter drove a lot of related tortoise species entirely into extinction. But the Aldabra survived. Why? Pure luck of geography. Their specific atoll was just incredibly remote and exceptionally difficult for ships to access. That extreme isolation was their saving grace. And today, thankfully, they're strictly protected by international law. Which brings us to the highly inspiring reality today. The Aldabra Atoll is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This designation acts as a massive protective shield, guaranteeing the safety of these ancient giants for generations to come. They really are a majestic symbol of endurance and natural history. In a world completely obsessed with speed, they're a massive, quiet reminder of the enduring beauty and success of a slow-paced life. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. If a magnificent 200-year-old tortoise can survive by just hiding out on a nearly inaccessible coral atoll, what other ancient survivors are secretly hiding in the remote corners of our world, just waiting to be understood? Stay curious, keep exploring, and I really hope you leave today with a totally newfound awe for the natural world.